Hello, all you lovely, lovely, lovely people. The time has come. The time is here. The time is near. Because it's not actually the time yet. Because that was already in the past. It's already gone. Lost forever. And all we have now is this present moment. This beautiful present moment with you, me, and Alan, the wheel! Hello, hello, and welcome to Tardis Wiki Roulette, the show where we Tardis a wiki roulette. And we're going to have all kinds of marvellous japes and japeries today, aren't we? So the way this show works is you put things, random collections of letters and numbers into this wheel. And then we spin the wheel. And then, after that, we look up the thing that was spun on the wheel. And we got on Tardis Wiki, and then funny shit ensues. It's it's a well tried and tested formula, as evidenced by the fact that this is the 33rd of these. And I see Peter and Chris Griffin have already been recommended for the wheel, so today is evidently going to be a normal one. Wonderful. Wonderful. How are we all doing today, by the way? I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful time today. You're doing fine. Time streams, Pinball Wizard. I'll put time streams and Pinball Wizard on. Hello, 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 Aristide. Hello. Hope everyone is feeling particularly mirthful today. Right, let's get on with this. Let's spin the wheel, shall we? I think we should spin the wheel, don't you? What do you think, Alan? Alan, should we spin the? Yeah, baby. Alan Halfsprake. Oh, that's a fun one. Karen Gillan in Whoniverse. Alright, here we go. Pop that. Oh, wow. We have 124 things in the wheel. My God. Wait, so what's going on? You're having buffering issues. Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry to hear that. According to my end, everything's, like, fine. So, if anyone has any issues with the stream, please, like, let me know. I won't actually be able to do anything about them, but at least I'll know. So, like, you know, that's something. Right. Didn't we look this one up the other day? I feel like we looked this one up the other day. Maybe. Who knows? Who dares to dream? That's the phrase I like to use, isn't it? Right, yeah, no, I was adding something to the wheel real quick, and then we'll take a look at this arty cow. Why don't we? Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. That can go on. I missed the other realities part. What other realities part did I miss? I don't know what's up there. But I'm here. I'm always here. Every Tuesday and Thursday. Only on Something Blue Audio. Right, let's take a look, shall we? Let's take a look at Karen Gillan in Whoniverse. The first page, hopefully of many today. Karen Gillan! Karen Gillan. Let me just get the article up. That would probably be the best thing to do, wouldn't it? Karen Gillan was an actor and presenter in the 21st century. She also existed in several other universes. Is that the bit that we didn't get to? Karen Gillan presented an edition of the BBC Proms at the Royal Albert Hall, which was interrupted by the 11th Doctor. When she prepared to introduce the next performance, she received a message via her earpiece informing her that the entire sound... Yeah, we have read this before. Oh, shit! Okay. There's new stuff? Okay, there's new stuff. Fair enough. First Frontier novel. I will put that in. That's all good. Boom, boom. There we go. All right, let's have a whale of a time then. Right. So Karen Gillan's article. In one universe in which the Doctor's life was a work of fiction, Karen Gillan starred alongside Matt Smith, Arthur Darvill, and Jenna Coleman in the 7th series of the television show Doctor Who. In another universe, Karen Gillan was a world-famous actor. She arrived at an event at William McDuff's chocolate factory offering to help, upon which she was instructed by Jenny Everywhere to call the police. The event had been secretly organised by the Illuminati. Jenny appeared to recognise Karen as an actor, indicating that she also existed in Jenny's home dimension. Karen told Janine that she heard about the event on Twitter and wanted to attend. Janine would tell Jenny that she believed that Karen genuinely just wanted to help out. Finishing her call, Karen told everybody who had filed out of the building that the police would arrive any minute. When Jenny spoke of taking on the interdimensional Illuminati, Karen was confused. Jenny simply told her that she would explain later. Jenny Everywhere, what the fuck? That is usually how these streams go, yes. They usually end up going into the Jenny Everywhere universe at least once, at some point. In one universe, Karen had locks of long hair which cascaded like a waterfall of heavenly fire. Jesus. Which one of you in the chat wrote that? Which one of you did that? That's what I want to know. Put your hand up right now before I look it up and find out for myself. Ah ha ha! Ha ha! Fucking Xavier! I knew it! Okay. Right, let's go on Wheel of Names again. It's a really good start to the day.
Yeah, baby.
Lost in Space. It could cost your face if you're lost in space. Nailed it. Absolutely fucking nailed it. Oh dear. Right. Lost in Space was an television program that Destry watched in her youth to relieve the monotony of her daily life. When they first met, she told Izzy Sinclair that this program and others were part of the reason that Earth culture was completely amazing. The 10th Doctor thought that servo furnishings were a bit lost in spacey. Oh dear. My only exposure to Destry is in the Flood comic, where she immediately hate crimes an Asian man, and then the Asian man gets cyber converted, and she's not even like particularly sad about it. That's my fave. Oh, she also assaults him as well. That's my only exposure to Destry, so I don't have a particularly positive opinion of Destry. Or the comic, The Flood. To be honest, all the Who-tubers who are like, oh, it's one of the best Doctor Who comics, it's amazing. I now look at them with fucking suspicion now, after I've read that fucking book. The Who band. But that's okay. It's got pretty Cybermen, that's about... I agree, Aristide, that's the only thing it has going for it is like the Cybermen design, and I don't even think the Cybermen design is that good, it just looks different. And different doesn't always mean good. I don't think a good Cyberman design is one where it looks like you could just shove them over, personally. Their page is just The Who. Okay, well, I will put The Who in. It's got Iberman, that is true. That actually does make it a 10 out of 10. That's a really good point. Yeah, no, I just really didn't like it. I wasn't a fan, to be honest, and it was very disappointing. Because I set out to make a video about it, and like I read the comic and I was like, ah, fuck, this is really bad. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, however, is bloody wonderful, and I will absolutely put that on the list. The Flood Cybermen are way too sleek looking. Yeah, I know. Cybermen should look like all grimy and stuff. They should look like kind of horrible. Because I mean, they're like scrappy survivors and stuff. That's like a core element of like all the core. Like, what are you knowing about? What are you screaming about now, Najawin? No hitchhikers. No. Why? What's your problem with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Why do you have this weird bad opinion? Come on, let's have it. Let's have it. Come on. No. It's on the wheel. Nothing that can be done about it now. If it lands on it, it lands on it. I mean, in my defense, like the chances of it landing on it are literally 127 to 1. So. Internal wiki issues? Oh, I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that. I'm gonna spin the wheel now. Yeah, baby. Yeah, alright, first off, it's funny that it landed on KSI. Secondly, yes, shout out to Who Designs Audios. who have an audio, who have a thing coming out on November 2nd, Eldritch Doctor. Check them out. They're good. Yes, KSI the YouTuber. Yes, Craig the Panda. I liked when people asked KSI about Israel and Palestine, and he was like, I don't know what that is, and people were surprised by that answer. That was a funny fucking chain of events that happened. But yes, any Doctor Who fan Doctor creators out there, if you want to promote your stuff on my stream and chat yourselves out, please go ahead. Please go ahead. Want to try Lunchley? Fuck no. Fuck no, do I want to try Lunchley? Right, let's go. Let's go. The buffering is wrecking my flow. I'm sorry that the buffering is wrecking your flow. You love moldy cheese, I love moldy cheese too. Oh dear. KSI portrayed himself as Bill Gates in 2020, the movie. Did that really? What's 2020, the movie? Oh. Oh, okay. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. This is very strange. Is this one of those shit BBC like charity things? Because it looks like it. I don't know what that is, but I'm putting it into. I don't know how to say it either because I'm a fucking Philistine. Vital Law is what it is. Oh well, I'm very interested to find out about that then. Okay, let's just spin the fucking wheel, yeah. Like we're spinning our wheels here. Let me see. Hang on. All right, so KSI, we've done KSI now. That's good. Let's spin the wheel and do another thing now. Oh god.
Yeah, baby.
Trevor Mushroom. Is that a mushroom called Trevor or a guy named Trevor Mushroom? I suppose there's only one way to find out, and that's to look it up. Trevor was a sentient mushroom who was once in Festival Park. Trevor may have told a visitor that they had only one thing to say. Mushroom frolic. Trevor was a red mushroom. Trevor is a character from Super Happy Magic Forest. That's just a Mario mushroom though. Like, that's just copyright infringement. There's not really much else you can say about that, except what the fuck, BBC. It's fucking plagiarism. Alright, let's go. Let's spin the wheel again.
Yeah, baby.
Absolutely canonical. Oh! 10 little aliens. Do not look up what it is a reference to, although it's probably going to be in this article. And to be frank, it's probably why you fucks put it in here in the first place. Ruh-roh. The Roblox game, a First Doctor banger. What's a First Doctor banger? Oh, you mean 10 Little Aliens? Yes, that is true. 10 Little Aliens was the 53rd novel in the BBC Past Doctor Adventure series. It was written by Stephen Cole, released on 3rd of June 2002, and featured the First Doctor, Ben Jackson, and Polly Wright. Far out in space, on the ragged edges of Earth's bloated empire, an elite unit of soldiers is on a training mission, butt deep in the heart of the hollowed-out planetoid that forms the battleground. A chilling secret waits to be discovered. 10 alien corpses, frozen in time at the moment of violent, bloody death. Guys, racism kinda sucks. I agree that racism kinda sucks. You will find no racism here at Something Blue Audio. We are a violently anti-racist YouTube channel. I wish I could say the same about certain other Doctor Who fan audio creators, but we'll leave that at that. The bodies are those of the Empire's most wanted terrorists, and their discovery could end a war of attrition devastating the galaxy. But is it the same force that slaughtered them still lurking in the dark tunnels of the training ground? Or what are its plans for the people of Earth? When the Doctor arrived at racism equal no. I want that on a t-shirt. Najawin, that was dangerously close to me banning you there. Fucking don't do that. Racism, more like cringism. I agree. Racism is cringe. It's cringe and it's weak. And it is a signifier of a lower, less evolved mindset. I completely agree. Deep in the heart of a hollowed out moon, the First Doctor finds a chilling secret. I'm not doing it posh anymore, I can't be bothered. 10 alien corpses frozen in time at the moment of their death. They are the Empire's most wanted terrorists, and their discovery could end a war devastating the galaxy. But is it the same force that killed them still lurking in the dark? And what are its plans for the people of Earth? Toymaker moment. Can I say something about the Toymaker real quick? I don't know why I'm asking for permission to. I'm going to. I've always thought it's funny that in the behind the scenes stuff, Russell said that like he made the Toymaker do different accents as like a play on racism and a reference to the fact that the Toymaker has like roots in racism. And the problem that I see with that personally is, number one, he only did like white people accents. Number two, the most prominent accents he did were like German and American, and a bit of British, and a British-American hybrid one, which I assume is just Neil Patrick Harris trying to do a British accent. However, the German one is weird to me because like Germans are like a stock bad guy accent in a lot of Western media. And so in trying to like make this very, very weird commentary on racism, he accidentally made the character super stereotypical, and I just think that's very funny. He also did French. He did. That's true. The toy maker being canonically racist is very fucking funny to me. It is very funny. Yeah. People, to be fair, people were talking about how that feeling when people were talking about how how bad Dr. Bubble was and quoted as authoritative, someone who raved to how great a certain German was. I like Dr. Bubble. I think Dr. Bubble is accidentally really, really good. By accidentally, I don't mean it's accidental that it happened. I mean, like, how does the dude who, like, did a lot of other bad stuff regarding this subject also produce that? Pretty insane. Xavier! Author of A World of Unimagination or whatever. We saw your story earlier. We missed your interesting opinions about Karen Gillan's hair. That's what we missed. I'm going to the wheel of names now.
Yeah, baby.
We took the piss out of you hard, yes. We love you though, of course. Serial killer. Fucking hell. This is the one where I get demonetized. Serial killer. Spooky moment. It's Halloween. Woo! Oh my god. I feel like if they wanted to delve into the toy maker's racism more, they could have used his toys, seeing as old toys were really racist sometimes. That's a really good idea. I like that a lot. Anyway, let's look at the Tardis Wiki article about serial killers. I would love to see next season just have an episode where Shooty tracks down like the dumpster slasher. Just have an episode where Shooty just tracks down a human serial killer on like present day Earth. Just turn Doctor Who into true detective for like an episode. Do it, Russell, because I know you watch these. But would the BBC show a toy with super black skin and red lips though? I mean, I think that you could if you were to argue that it was a commentary on it, and Russell T Davis, a 60-year-old white man, was not the person writing the fucking episode. I think that there's a world where it's okay for that to happen, but like, not the 60th anniversary special. At the same time, it doesn't have to go right to fucking gollybogs. No, but my mom insists those aren't racist. People get very weird about those, especially older British people. They get very defensive of their horrible racist dolls. John Wayne Gacy, but he's that one clown from Sarah Jane. Oh my god! A new episode of Doctor Who is the Toy Maker versus Black Panther. Jesus. Stop it. Can I suggest the black and white men? No! Yes, you can put I'll put the black and white minstrel show in the fucking wheel, because I mean, I'll put Jimmy Savile in the wheel. Let's be honest. As long as I don't actually do blackface, I think it's fine. Oh, can you imagine? Could you imagine a fan audio company doing that? My god, how embarrassing would that be? Anyway, let's spin the wheel.
Yeah, baby.
Let's wartime. Let's look up wartime. The funnest time is all. That's what people say, right? War is heaven. That's what people say. Is that you have like a really, really killer time at war. Like, so stoked for it. just so stoked for it all the time. It's like, yeah, love that shit. We need to invade. Where do we need to invade? Where are we pitching our flag, lads? I agree with Cookie Boy. I would like to thumbs up Cookie Boy. Blackface is in fact bad. That is true. You want to invade England? Go ahead. Do it. Do it. I'm fine with that. Go ahead. Based. Absolutely based. Based, and I did not know you were Welsh. Mad respect. The fact that you've reached this stage in your life is a testament to your character and your fortitude, Moosey. Least racist country on earth, still pretty racist, just least bad. Let's us all invade each other. I don't know what the most racist country in the world is. I'm not sure. There's lots of arguments that you could make. I know for a fact it's not America. Definitely a huge problem here, though. Like, definitely. America? I know. I don't think so. Have you seen some? Did you see what happened when the first? I think it was a minister or something, but like Italian Parliament. The first time a black person like entered Italian Parliament, and this happened in like the early 2000s, mind you. Like there were dudes wearing like monkey masks, like politicians wearing monkey masks and stuff, like in the stands. Like no, everyone just likes to say America and also kind of Britain, although Britain definitely has a lot of problems with it. I mean, Britain like destroyed its own economy just to be racist, which is insane. But it's still like, you know, like it's hard. Are you still a racist if you hate every race equally? Yes. People who say that are just copping out of the fact that they're racist and they don't want to confront it about themselves. Serbia. Top 10 racist countries by Watch Mojo. Alright, let's move on real quick. Let's read about wartime. Fuck. This is gonna be the whole stream now. Under licensing rules, companies such as Realtime and BBV Productions were able to obtain permissions to use characters, races, and concepts from their creators, except for those characters, such as the Doctor, that were wholly owned by the BBC. A major difference between Wartime and the spin-offs that followed is that it was the only such production mounted, while the original Doctor Who series itself was still in production. Most of the others were produced in the interregnum between the show's cancellation in 1989 and the 1996 TV movie. Wartime was made on a £5,000 budget, with much of the crew working for expenses only. It made its money back after 5 years. 2 versions of Wartime were released. A revised version released in the late 1990s added a voice-only cameo by Nicholas You whores. The Koreans are a very talented drug. Fuck me, Najawin, I will ban you. I don't know why, but that one, even though I know you're only talking like geopolitically, feels off. Doesn't South Korea have like a massive birth rate problem right now? Isn't that like their thing at the moment? They're like, isn't that their gimmick, as it were? If you hate all races equally, you have to be racist towards your own. That is actually true. I feel like then maybe you can make an argument. But usually when someone says they hate all races equally, they're a white supremacist. usually. South Korea is a... They always do. Uncle Ruckus. But the thing is, Uncle Ruckus is a racist, though. Self-hate racism is still racism and super cringe. Yeah, it is. It is. I'm glad that I have such an educated audience, by the way. I'm glad none of you have decided to go, actually, I think racism against this group is fine because I hate them. I'm very proud of all of you. I just want to say, like, well done. We have a good community here. All my homies hate racism, indeed. Indeed, vehemently against it. Although in many cases I wouldn't call it cringe, but rather just sad. That is true, yes. Sometimes it's sad, sometimes it's cringe, sometimes it's absolutely infuriating. It's always bad, though. I think that's the common denominator, is that it's always negative and deleterious in some way. Anyway, let's look at the wheel. Acting racism with someone to make them mad was funny when they... I don't know. I don't think you need to do that. I think that's a really, like, artless way to go about it. I mean, I like dunking on, like, Nazis all the time, but, like, I never have to be racist to do it. I'm just cleverer than them, because I'm clever. Like and subscribe to Something Blue Audio, by the way. Fat Albert, don't mention it. Doesn't. I'll tell you what I'll do. All right, I'll tell you what I'll do, Craig. I will put Fat Albert on the wheel, but because you said don't mention Bill Cosby, I'm also putting Bill Cosby on the wheel. How about that? That seemed like a fair compromise to you. There. Now there we go. Neither Fat Albert nor Bill Cosby have pages. Well, that's probably for the best, actually. Who's gonna be the Doctor Who writer that references Bill Cosby? Who's gonna do it? Yeah, yet. Exactly, yet. Oh dear. Alright, let's yeah, let's spin the wheel again. I don't actually think this one's very fertile ground.
Yeah, baby.
Bill Cosby guest writer. $3107. That's the magic number. I will pop that one in the wheelie wheel. Oh god damn it! Hate you! Hate you all! Fucking keep doing this to me! God damn it! 3107 was a number while pretending to do keepy uppies with his illusion anti-gravity football aboard the Starshed. Doctor followed 3103 with and 7 among others. Well, basically, it's just me that tortures you with these I'm not mad about it. Did you notice that there's a court case calling Arabs white in the US because there were citizenship laws in the... What? What the fuck? Thank you for your service, Cookie Boy 2005. Oh god. Alright, let's spin the wheel again.
Yeah, baby.
Why do we keep getting racism themed spins today? What the fuck is going on? It's like it's just in the air or something. Like, what the hell? Anyway. Should have saved it for 2 weeks from now. Say no to Project 2025, by the way, people. Let's spin the wheel. Donald Trump was the... Oh no, it's gone! Donald Trump was the President of the United States in the late 2010s. Prior to his presidency, he was a prominent business owner. Right. Dara Morgan, a millionaire businessman from Derry in 2009, frequently wined and dined with the Trumps, the Gateses, the Rothschilds, Gettys, and half a dozen more movers and Oh, okay. Who wrote this? It's really interesting. Project 2025 is entirely a deep pit of yikes. That is true. I'm not on top chat. I'm on live chat. Anyway. Let's see. In August 2016, US President Barack Obama condemned Donald Trump as an unsuitable candidate for president. In 2016, the British youth considered him to be unstoppable. Oh no! In December 2016, after discovering that the Jezra effect were controlling the minds of most of humanity, Andy Hansen jokingly asked Ehrman, "You don't think this could explain Brexit and Donald Trump, do you?" That's cringe. I hate that. I hate that so much. Later, while tracing the source of the mind control signal, Andy suggested that the signal may have been coming from Trump Tower because Donald Trump and Nigel Farage wanted to piss Andy off even more before the year ended. By 2017, Trump had become the president. Bill Potts mentioned that she would never voted for him as he was orange. Shortly after, Trump was one of the many individuals on the Monk's propaganda machine. On the 5th of May 2018, Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart, while possessing the body of Hobo Constantine, read a news article titled "Trump knew of payments months before he denied them." Alistair was shocked to learn Trump had become president in the year since his death, branding Trump an oath. In 2020, Trump was kidnapped by Sorg and Sarg and stopped on their ship. Lucy Wilson and Hobo later freed him along with the rest of the human race. Which Lucy? What? Oof. What? The sad thing is, we're in a cyberpunk dystopia without the fun technology. Jack Robertson planned to run against Trump in the 2020 election. It was rumored that Robertson's only motivation was his own dislike of Trump. The 12th Doctor mentioned Donald Trump as something that was inevitable, whether there are people along with sewage, smartphones, and the creation of the Cybermen, which is based and true, by the way, but we don't need to get into that right now. In a minor lie, Caitlin Russell told Reese Williams that she was traveling the world before human trash or some asshole with bad hair destroys it. In Doctor Who magazine 503, Stephen Moffat, the showrunner of Doctor Who from series 5 to 10, answered the question, "What does the Doctor make of Donald Trump's decision to run for President of the United States?" Trump replied that although the Doctor normally takes no part in politics, he is disgusted and turbulent with rage, and went on to say that the Doctor has seen a parallel universe in which Trump won the election and the world was plunged into certain doom. Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad that we're in the timeline where we're all fucked. That makes me feel a lot better. I don't know about you. In the real world, Trump did in fact win the election and was president from January 2017. Whoa! January 7th, 2017 to 20th of January 2021. However, an unnamed president in a simulation created by the monks in the 2017 episode Extremis was a dark-haired individual who did not have much physical resemblance to Trump. That is very true. According to Moffat, the writer of Extremis was written before but filmed after the 2016 election. Trump Moffat is a little bit, but he did. I don't know, because like when he was talking about Cybermen as like a systemic inevitability, and he mentioned Trump as a systemic inevitability, that is true. Maybe not in the way that he meant. Knowing our luck will have no luck and the bad time stream will continue to keep getting worse and worse, i.e. he'll get back into power. I don't know. It kind of seems like he's lost a lot of his momentum. He's not really like on the same level that he used to be in terms of popularity, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know personally. Right, let's see. In the pyramid at the end of the world, Bill Potts said she would never have voted for the current president as he's orange. While Trump was left unnamed, it was clearly referencing Trump and his spray tans. In earlier drafts of that story, the president was going to appear and be a direct pastiche of Trump. The 2017 episode The Lie of the Land features an image of Trump clearly visible on one of the screens inside the room that houses their propaganda machine, along with several other prominent contemporary and historical figures. The photograph of Trump used in the episode is taken from a promotional photo for BBC Two's Donald Trump, All-American Billionaire, a 2010 interview conducted by Emily Maitlis. Trump is later stated to have become president in the DWU by 2018, when the episode Arachnids in the UK is set. President Card in the 2018 comic story Hill of Beans physically resembles Donald Trump. The name Card may be a reference to the concept of a trump card. Yes, it is. In the 2019 story Sargasso, the American character Caitlin Russell refers to the possibility of some asshole with bad hair blowing the world to hell, along with other approaching catastrophes. This is taken to refer to Trump. Who's noted for his distinct hairstyle, as well as in theory having the ability to destroy the world by nuclear war through his position as president. Dan Castellaneta voiced him in a series of The Simpsons shorts. I did not know that. That's quite funny. I didn't know that he voiced Donald Trump. He was voiced by John Coleshaw. I did know that in the UK release of the Queen's Corgi. He was portrayed by Corey Johnson in The Windsors. Ah, well, there you go, I guess. They've got to be more than that. They've got to be more than that of like Doctor Who alumni who've played Donald Trump. The Simpsons shorts are laughably bad. Well, that's unfortunate. It's always one or the other with the Simpsons. You know what I mean? Right, let's go onto the wheel. Why don't we? And continue this. This quest of foolish larks. I'd like to remind you again that racism is bad and that you shouldn't do it under any circumstances, ever.
Yeah, baby.
Alan agrees. I'm just going to screenshot this real quick. It's just a really average day at Tardis Wiki Roulette, right? The page is coming, I believe. You are all children. I am also a children because I think it's funny too. Alright, let's look it up. Let's do this. It landed on the wheel. It's probably like a second long. Just like in real life. Carries Fletcher believed that all Eddie Green wanted was to come. I love that it's a fucking day one reference too. Incredible. Oh god. You need to have a bit explaining what coming is though, in like really matter of fact in like really matter of fact professional diction. Just explain what it is. No, we don't. Yes, you do. In fact, it's forbidden. Well, that's lame. It's not lame for me to like point out that you should do that because it would be funny though. It's not lame at all. Okay. It's actually pretty cool. Right, and I'm allowed to do that. Right, let me spin the wheel real quick.
Yeah, baby.
Alright, let's look up the Beatles. Right. The Beatles, also known as the Fab Four, were a music group from Liverpool in the 1960s. The first Doctor, Barbara Wright, Ian Chesterton, and Vicky Pallister observed a Beatles performance of Ticket to Ride on the Time-Space Visualizer. The group consisted of John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. Pete Best had also been a member before the band hit the big time. Some people believe the Beatles wouldn't last without him. Stuart Sutcliffe also left the Beatles before they made it big, after teaching himself to play guitar. The Sixth Doctor travelled to Hamburg and stopped Stu from entering a club, convincing him to go home to his girlfriend instead. The Doctor then went into the club, and when Stu's band grumbled about his absence, offered to take his place. What a bastard! Six, what are you doing? Billy and Klaus joined the band after Paul McCartney left. Iris Wildtime once claimed to be the fifth member of the Beatles. Brian Epstein served as the group's manager. History. The Sixth Doctor jammed with the Beatles in Hamburg before they were big. The Beatles' first concert was at the Cavern Club, a nightclub in Liverpool in 1961. According to the 11th Doctor, 96% of the audience were time travellers, and so was Lennon. The 10th Doctor took Donna Noble back in time to see the Beatles perform My Bonnie at the Cavern Club. She ended up having them sign the album One, which they hadn't made at the time, and which was on the yet-to-be-invented CD format. Graham O'Brien wanted the 13th Doctor to take him to see this performance, but she was unable to do as she had used up all of the dates. She just didn't want to go with Graham. That's what that means. Also, can people explain why everyone in the UK is going crazy over Oasis? I don't get it. I have never understood the appeal of Oasis. I never have and I never will. It's just the Beatles, but like shit. I don't know. Love Me Do was one of the Beatles' very first releases. It was considered by Susan Foreman to be the most important song of the 5 years before 1963, and said that listeners at the time would later be proud to be alive at the birth of the Beatles. At the time, however, not all were that enthusiastic. They released the first two albums in 1963. In October 1963, Susan and Cedric Chivers listened to the Beatles on Susan's transistor radio. Cedric claimed that the Beatles were always playing on the radio. The 11th Doctor and Amy Pond travelled to 1963 to meet the Beatles, but diverted into an alternate timeline created by the Daleks. After escaping it, the Doctor took them to meet Ringo Starr, even though Amy had wanted to meet John Lennon. Also in 1963, the 10th Doctor took Martha Jones to see a performance by the Beatles. In early 1964, the Beatles song I Wanna Hold Your Hand was knocked off the top of the British charts by the Dave Clark 5 song Glad All Over, which peaked at number 6 in the United States. By 13th of July 1964, the Beatles had sold out the first leg of their United Kingdom tour. By November 1964, the Beatles went on tour in England. Ibrahim Hadmani, Helena, Andy Hansen, and Ehrman got tickets by way of time travel to see them. The Beatles performed their song Ticket to Ride on the 13th of May 1965 installment of Top of the Pops. The First Doctor and his companions Vicky Pallister, Ian Chesterton, and Barbara Wright watched it via the time-space visualizer. According to one account, which claimed that the visualizer was a hoax, the people seen on the visualizer were not the genuine historical figures, but human slaves of the pursuer Daleks who were made to reenact the event as a depiction for the Doctor. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. Truer words have never been spoken. Who decides? Oh dear. At some point during the 1960s, the British Beatles received MBEs. In 1969, Ace prevented Huitzlin from killing the Beatles on the roof of the Apple Building on Savile Row. The 10th Doctor and Martha Jones tried unsuccessfully to attend the same concert. At some time during the concert, time distortion from the rift manipulator transported the Beatles to the roof of the same building in the 2000s. They were sent back after Torchwood opened up the Cardiff rift. Why is it always the Beatles? Why are the Beatles the only band that any companion ever wants to see? Why is no companion ever like, I want to go see, I missed the Arctic Monkeys, like last week, and I really wish I'd gone to see him, so can I go back to last week? Why is no one like that? Why is no one like, I really want to go see Fall of Troy? Or Trivium? I want to see Yellow Card at their heyday. Ah, this guy gets it. Because mass appeal to the British audience. Oh, the British audience. Yeah, but it makes every episode generic, though. When a companion says they want to see Cab Calloway is when the show will finally be good. True. I know, that's kind of what it's... If you're like a Doctor Who fan who's like into the deep lore stuff and like the weird esoteric shit, what you're essentially doing is sitting around for your entire length of your fandom of this show, waiting for it to eventually someday get good. And like, what a ride. It's the same reason most companions are generally middle class and mainstream. I hate it. A German man was born the day the Beatles split up. Mark David Chapman manipulated by hooks. Wait, what? I don't like that. God forbid we get an alt-girl companion. Watch my show! Watch The Answer Doctor Adventures Xavier. We have a new episode coming out next week. I have everything you want from Doctor Who. I already make it. Watch that. God forbid we get a US companion. Now there you go. Ah yes, the classic real world person manipulated by aliens to do evil trope. I hate that trope so much. I hate it. It's like my most hated trope. Alright, let's I did the last and current title sequence. Watch the answer stuff right now. I know! Watch it! Watch it. I do Doctor Who versus Godzilla. You like that, right? You fucks. Alright, let's spin the wheel.
Yeah, baby.
they can be American and haven't want to meet Kurt Cobain. That's not very old. I haven't, yeah, no, my companion is an American old girl, played by Felicia, actually. She's great. You'd love her, Xavier. Check it out. Check out the Answer Doctor stuff. Check out Doctor Who Memento Mori and Doctor Who Ouroboros coming out on Halloween, actually. For as much as the Doctor loves Cardiff, you would think he would have a Welsh companion. True! At least once, yes. Rupert Murdoch was a businessman involved with the media on Earth. In the late 20th and early 21st centuries, the Master used Rupert to organise his media interests on Earth. Rupert's brain, however, had been swapped for the brain of a bat. Lucas Samuel Carnes described Dara Morgan as a cross between Murdoch, Richard Branson and Bill Gates. Shauna Thompson believed that the Murdochs controlled the media and that they were behind the BBC denying that they had any footage from the Royal Hope Hospital incident. Clara Proctor claimed that Shauna did not really believe in the mysterious happenings that they talked about on their Blue Box Files podcast, instead believing that everything is the CIA or FBI or Rupert Murdoch. When Rupert Murdoch was first referenced in a letter from the Master, he was only identified by his last name. The novel Beautiful Chaos would later fully name him. From 2016 to 2022, Murdoch was married to Jerry Hall. However, no DWU source connects Hall with Murdoch. You just felt like mentioning that? Weird. Ah, shit. I'm on the wheel. Oh, no. Oh, I just read the entire Rupert Murdoch article. It didn't even have Tardis Wiki. What a classic Ryan thing to do. Alright, let's spin the wheel again, I guess. Oh god.
Yeah, baby.
Dravash! Let's learn what the Dravash is. There, the Dravas. Nothing. Apparently there's a page called Dra, so I'm looking at it and it's good enough. Let's check it out. Dra was a friend to Leela. According to her, Leela had always lived on Natius. She was very confused when Leela didn't remember her and said she was from the Sevateam. She only knew of the last Great Time War and told her concerns about it reaching the planet. During the Time War, she was worried about Zeno's plans. How fascinating. Alright, I'll look up another one. Yeah. Oh, it pronounces Dravins? Okay. Now it makes sense. Now it all makes sense. Alright, let's look up. Alpha Centauri. Alpha Centauri, the Galactic Federation. Yeah, let's do this one. Let's do this one. The legend. Alpha Centauri was an Alpha Centaurian diplomat who had numerous dealings with the planet Peladon during its membership of the Galactic Federation. In their roles on Peladon, they had multiple encounters with the Doctor and regarded the Time Lord as a friend. In 1881, Alpha Centauri, answering to a distress call which the 12th Doctor had sent, was willing to help Empress Iraxa off her desolated home planet Mars and welcome both her and her Ice Warriors to the universe. At Alpha Centauri's request, the Doctor and Bill Potts created a message reading "God Save the Queen" to help guide the fleet Alpha Centauri dispatched. On Alpha Centauri's first day working at the Galactic Federation as a senator, they were met by their new PA, the 9th Doctor, and stood against Bellatrix Vega's bid for Galactic President, much to the dismay of other delegates. such as the Martians. They won the election and foiled Vega's plan, but declined the appointment due to inexperience. They considered diplomatic work to be their calling, to which the Doctor agreed, saying that they'd be fantastic. Can't believe Doctor Who turned woke. It's icon. Centauri would be the best companion. He's so good. 5 years after Peladon joined the Federation, when Princess Lixgar of New Mars was taken to Peladon for safety, Centauri locked the princess away in the tower containing the chamber of the prisoner of Peladon. They didn't wish to keep this a secret from King Peladon, but was insisted upon by the Federation Council to conceal the truth. While hiding in the chamber with the princess, the third Doctor, who was with King Peladon, Lord Axlar, and Axlar's accomplice Slurn, knocked at the double doors. Centauri opened the doors. The Doctor called for Princess Lixgar within the chamber, whom Axlar threatened. What is this shit? I'm not reading this anymore. I'm going back to the wheel. It's too much. This is too woke for me. Let's spin the wheel again. For fuck's sake. You didn't get cancelled in the 70s, Xavier. You just got shot. Let's look up whatever I just saw up there. IKEA. That's why I forgot. It's IKEA. Of course you're gonna forget. IKEA, or IKEA, was, according to the 12th Doctor, a painfully strange shop. That is how I would describe IKEA, is painfully strange. Keisha Selby had a cheap IKEA sideboard in her flat on which she kept a picture of her brother Jay. When the Shadowkin invaded Coal Hill Academy in search of a cabinet of souls, which they referred to as just the cabinet, the 12th Doctor suggested an easy way to procure one would be to go to IKEA. When the 13th Doctor explained to her companions how psychic paper was made, she informed them that the essence of the psychic trees used to pass on to wherever they go when they die, before Graham O'Brien jokingly suggested that they passed on to IKEA. Top 10 best stores in Doctor Who. Speaking of by IKEA, I am a proud Blaha owner. I am sad that Blaha isn't a page. Blaha companion when? Oh god. Alright, let's do one more. Let's do one more before I toddle off for the night. Oh god, it's been fun today though. We're gonna have to start doing Tuesdays and Thursdays again. I like doing the TardisWiki Wiki twice a week. It's fun. We definitely have. We can't be like, oh, we'll run out of articles now too, because my god.
Yeah, baby.
No, we're spinning that one again.
Yeah, baby.
I ain't getting into that right now. PBS. We'll look up PBS. How about that? How much lore can there really be about PBS? read Wilderness Years. Alright, fine. I'll do both. I will read PBS and then I will go back and do the Wilderness Years one, okay? Fine. The Public Broadcasting Service is an American network of broadcasters. Many of its affiliates chose discrete episodes of the 1963 version of Doctor Who. Doctor Who has, however, never been carried by the PBS network itself. The heyday of PBS association with Doctor Who, that is the time when the number of stations carrying Doctor Who was not in decline, was roughly from the late 1970s to the mid-1980s. A substantial number of stations continue carrying the program well into the 1990s, and two or three still do as of 2010. Tom Baker is likely the only Doctor Who version of the Doctor who has been screened on every PBS station that carried Doctor Who. Oh no, Ryan, it's showing the wheel. Well, I fucked up, didn't I? Hold on. Hold on. There. Bessie faced her wilderness years after an adventure with the seventh Doctor. In the real world, the wilderness years refers to the 16-year gap between the classic series and the new series of Doctor Who, where, except for the 1996 telefilm, no new episodes were recorded or broadcast between the final part of Survival in 1989, and the premiere of Rose in 2005. In this interim period, many DW stories and spin-offs were released across varying mediums, including works by many up-and-coming creatives such as Paul, Mark and Russell T. Davis, who would eventually work on 21st century Doctor Who. Doctor Who! Wrong one. What's the right one then, you fucks? Better tell me quick before I just look up Corporal Nutting again. Oh, fucking goddamn it, is it this? Who's Russell T. Davis? Alright. Let's I can do this, okay? The temporal wilderness years were a period in the history of the third universe. The auction, an event in the War in Heaven, occurred during this period. According to the retconning crocodiles, it was characterized by endless time warmongering, creating a lot of flotsam and jetsam of history, and involving much warfare and retconning. The suggestion in Resurrection of the Author is that the term of wilderness years covers the span of metadime included in the War in Heaven and the Great Last Time War. This is a metafictional joke, as in the real world, the War in... the War in Heaven was a product of the real world wilderness years, and the Time War was created to slot in the narrative in between the last televised appearance of the Doctor on television in the classic series and the introduction of the Ninth Doctor. Yay! We don't actually have it. Well, I mean, that's interesting. It makes sense that you wouldn't, I suppose, when you like think about it, you know. You probably should though. Right, so this is the end of TardisWiki Wiki Roulette once again. I will see you all next week on Tuesday for yet another episode. I will see you all at some point next week for the new Answer Doctor fan film, the Apollyon Club, which stars me and Felicia as the Doctor and Nora Watson. We're going to be taking on some vampires for Halloween. It's going to be very exciting. And I will also see you on Thursday for what is very likely to be another TardisWiki Wiki Roulette. So until then, sleep tight and don't do blackface. Bye!